Hey, get out of here. It was a little cooler this morning. I actually had to put a coat on for once. And I was going to stay another night on this lake, but I think I'm going to head off to the next lake today and maybe do a quick fish this morning before I leave, just to let everything dry out, and then I'll pack up camp and look forward to a 2K portage. So rainbows always like red and white. At least they do in the Great Lakes. So we're gonna give that a try. And I just lost a fish because I was watching a beaver. Looked left to my fly rod and it was bent over, and I picked it up and the fish was gone. Figures. Just caught a nice rainbow. Man, did he pull. Nice rainbow. Let's revive him in the net here. Okay, one more look at him. And there he goes. What a good fish. Oh, that makes my day. What did I tell you? White and red. I just got up on the shore here. I wanted to check out this stream, and I'm wearing my Merrill, whatever they're called, like similar to Crocs, and they just don't have good grip, and I just absolutely wiped out. I got really lucky. Both feet went out from under me, fell on my back, on my hands. I don't know if you can see that, but I got a pretty good gouge in my finger there, and it's starting to swell up. And I just found some blood on my elbow, but it doesn't feel that bad. So anyway, I got really lucky, and I almost lost my sunglasses. My phone went in the water. Not good. Oh, I actually also chewed up in between my fingers there. Stupid. All right, let's try that again. That was so stupid of me. I fell right in here, and I could have easily hit my head on any of those rocks. So yeah, here's that creek that drains into the lake I'm on. Definitely has some depth. It's now going on noon after those escapades, so I need to get back to camp and pack up if I'm going to head to the next lake, because I don't want to get there real late. Well, here's what I'm portaging around. Technically, this is the Little White River, I believe. Obviously, you can't paddle it. Sure wish you could, though. Here's what's waiting for me at the portage put-in. It's just pure muck. Where I need to get is that gravel bar over there. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe put the canoe in there and try and drag it over, balancing on some of those logs, I guess. There we go. I just realized I don't have my sunglasses on my head. And I don't remember the last time I had them, but I'm pretty sure they were probably on my hat when I was coming through here. I need to check up through here, see if I can find them, but it's really annoying. I must be getting really tired because they were literally in my pack there. I don't remember putting them there at all. So that's a relief. Paddled around almost the entire lake now, and yeah, there's not a single campsite on the eastern shore of the lake. It's probably not going to be early when I get to camp, like probably 7 o'clock or later again. I ran out of battery on my main camera on my GoPro, so I have to use my phone, but there's a few mergansers there, and then there's a beaver, I believe. They're swimming right by it. It's weird. I don't know what that is. Looks like a beaver, and mergansers is swimming right up to it. I guess mergansers aren't scared of beavers. Well, I made it, and the main feature of this camp is this kind of high up rock point here, which needs a good sweeping. I'm gonna get to work setting up camp, and I gotta actually take care of some of my injuries. I think I might have broke my finger. I mean, if I didn't break it, I probably sprained it. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is clean up both hands. I think I'm going to buddy tape it. Maybe to my pinky so that I can still use my 3 fingers. Hey, would you be quiet? You're really freaking loud over there. Anyway, that's good enough for now. Lies like this, where the ground is sloping so far on one side, like oftentimes I end up with a crooked hammock, and I don't realize it until I get into bed. Maybe there's a better solution to that. If you know of one, let me know. Because I always struggle with trying to eyeball whether my ridge line is level or not. I mean, it'll come down when you're sleeping in it, but it's a little high. I'm going to fix that up. It's getting dark fast, as you can see. And there's no wind, and so all kinds of mosquitoes are coming out. And I need to cook dinner, unfortunately. Having some chili burritos for dinner. Pretty easy. This is just freeze-dried chili that's portioned out in a smaller amount, and then just some tortillas. And rather than just eating freeze-dried chili by itself, much better this way. Today is the morning of day 6, and it's another sunny, clear sky day. 27 degrees again, I think. I'm just checking my weather forecast here. I'm supposed to get up to 10 km/h winds today. It sure feels a lot more than that. Well, that's what I get for sleeping in a bit and dilly-dallying around camp and not getting out early in the morning. Nice little beach on the north end of the lake. So I'm over at the south end of the lake where it drains into a river. So you have 3 options from this lake. You can either attempt to take this river, you can hear it running underneath this bed of logs here. That's about how much water the entire river has. There's like one small pond-like section, 1 or 2, but otherwise it's basically like that right there. That is option number 1. And here's option number 2. So you can see it opens up pretty good up there. So this is the 3K. And it's probably what I'll end up taking. Make my life simple. It'll take an afternoon, but there's a third option, which is a 1700 meter. I only know one person who's attempted it, and they said it was horrible, and they would never recommend doing it again. So now I am going to paddle over to the 1700 because I'm going to just fish my way back to my campsite. So we'll see. I'm at the end of this bay on the south of the lake. This looks like where the portage should be. And there's sort of a clearing here. So I assume this is it. It doesn't even look like a trail. I don't think I'm going to be taking this. I mean, maybe it's over that way. Look at that. There's a portage sign. Huh. Yeah, there's definitely a trail. It's me making quotation marks because this is following a dried up creek bed. But interesting, this is definitely rugged. Holy shit. Huh. I mean, it's something. If it is like this the whole way, that would be hell. Just ankle breakers every step. So intriguing though. Well, there's camp. Looking forward to eating some healthy portion of dinner. Half a bag of bacon jerky and some more Frank's Red Hot. There's some, I think they're rainbows rising, coming up right in front of the boat. There's one that come up there. There was one right off that point. I'm drifting a little quick, so I don't have much of a window. And they stopped rising then, of course. Well, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm just going to go sit in the hammock and read for a while and fall asleep. I'm just getting ready to go to bed. And there's something big crashing around in the woods in there. And I hollered at it a few times. Didn't really seem to scare it away. I heard it in the water, so I kind of assume it's a moose. But it could be a bull on the rut. I wouldn't want that in my camp. Hey! Get out of here! It was real close. It's one of the reasons I don't like this campsite. There's a marshy area in this bay here. It looks perfect for wildlife. I was surprised I never really saw any other than beavers and stuff. It's kind of quieted down now, but every time I quiet down, it pipes up. Anyway, that's probably it once again for me tonight. Hopefully it doesn't give me any problems. Good night. There's some clouds rolling in this morning. As you can see, these are the first clouds I've seen this trip actually. Weather's getting a little bit cooler. We're supposed to get a lot of rain in the next 3 days, so I'm going to change things up quite a bit. Definitely doesn't feel like I've been out here for 7 days. Maybe it's due to my kind of slower pace. I think the pace is going to pick up a little bit now. Well, it's supposed to, outside of the fact that we're supposed to get 4 days straight of rain. So we'll see about that. I don't know what these are. They've got like a white sack on the back. And when they're flying, they look like little balls of fuzz. There's another one. I'm sure it's something obvious, I just don't recall seeing them before, at least not in this many numbers. It's really calm here by the portage. I thought I would stop and cast a bit. I just had a good fish on. Literally all this time on the lake. This always happens. Wasn't supposed to rain until 4 o'clock. It's starting to rain and it's 11:30. And at least I'll have some trees overhead and a canoe over my head for most of the way. Very bright, this part of the forest. Really pretty. Holy size 14's getting caught in every stick. It's amazing what you can get caught on when it looks like there's nothing there. That is a big rock just sitting on the side of the portage trail. Man. Well, here's one giant rock just rolled here from glaciers long ago. And here's the other I mean, that thing is no joke. That's cool. It's on 6'2". So that's a pretty giant rock. So this is where the junction is into Elbow Lake. Because remember, this creek gives you portage up part of it. Made it. A lot more colorful here on Kirkpatrick than it was. And just to the right is Blue Fox Camp. Looking at that lodge there, I would be really tempted on day 7 to paddle up to that, see if they'd sell me a beer. Like, I'm sure they have Wi-Fi. I could e-transfer them. That would be the greatest thing on the planet right now, a super cold beer. This is for sure the prettiest lake in the chain. And to get here by canoe, it's an ordeal, just as far as the amount of portaging you need to do. And actually, I haven't done the worst of the portages yet. That was the longest one, but getting out of this lake to complete the loop is actually worse. I paddled over here to the south side of the lake to get out of the wind. The water was like glass over here for a good 10 minutes. And now the wind has turned from a south wind to a west wind. So I'm heading directly into it, and I'm back into a headwind again. And I would love to have my rain jacket right now because it's cold. Straight ahead is the center of the lake, where the 3 arms of the lake meet. So there's the west, the east, and the north arm of the lake. So it opens up quite a bit here. There's a couple really nice campsites in the north arm, but I'm not going to be camping there. I'm going to be camping more on the east arm because there's some sort of side trips I want to do and some exploring over on that side of the lake. You guys know where I can order some more headwind? Because I can't seem to find enough. Yeah, I do carry a double blade. As you can see, there it is there. So you might be saying, dude, quit your whining and pull out your double blade. And you're probably right. Yeah, the only reason I don't pull it out more is I don't like getting wet. Like if I don't have to. Single blade, you don't get a drop of water on you. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. No matter what I do with a double blade, I still get wet. Like unless I'm really careful, and then you just can't move that fast anyway. Alright, well, I lost the battle. And I guess if it's gonna rain anyway, what do I care about getting wet? there's the first sign of boat traffic. I don't know if you know about boating etiquette. As corny as it is, whenever you pass someone in a boat, it can be a kayak, a canoe, motorboat, a yacht, freaking freighter, it doesn't matter, you wave. Maybe they're just mad I'm on their lake. They paid all kinds of money to be here. And they're like, this guy, he's not even paying to be here. I'm paying. I'm paying in pain and suffering. And I think the storm's rolling in again. Getting dark, and I just heard some thunder. So I better get a tarp up. This tarp is absolutely soaked from this morning. It's pretty waterlogged. At least I should be dry in here. Okay, I'm gonna finish doing this, and if I have time, I might put up a second tarp for a living area. Have the hammock set up. Hopefully it holds. It's okay so far. This side of just some moisture on the inside. It's not dripping or anything, so that's good. I set up another tarp here. I just needed a place to work and keep everything dry. And it's really frustrating trying to fit everything under the tarp for the hammock because the hammock takes up all the space. So I am going to clean myself up and go to bed. So see you guys in the morning. Trying to convince myself to get up. I got a good rainstorm last night, but the tarp held up, stayed dry. When I was looking out earlier, it looked sunny through the bug net, and when I took it off, it's definitely not sunny. I think I'm going to go hike to a waterfall today. I tried to find it last time I was here and I couldn't locate the trail. So I'm going to see if I can find it today and we'll go from there. I'm at the mouth of the river here, and the river goes in there. Can't paddle in through there. And I'm going to start my quest at looking for a trail. Well, that'll work. That is some clear water. end of the road on the river here. That's what I call a log jam. Definitely not getting past that on the banks of the river or in the river. So I'm gonna head into the bush now. It's completely dense here, so actually I might have to backtrack. A little bit of an opening here. No idea if there's a trail. I'm gonna try and bushwhack a little bit and see how far that gets me. I think I pushed my way through and it looks like I picked up a trail. I first found out about this place when I was just out of university, I think, and I bought this book. It was called Ontario Blue Ribbon Fly Fishing. I just remember there was a big full color picture of this waterfall behind me, and I remember seeing it, and at the time I wasn't into backcountry tripping or anything, and in fact I was from Windsor at the time, or close to Windsor, and Windsor is flat as can be, and I just saw this guy standing in front of this exact waterfall, and I looked at it and I saw the rock cliffs beside it. Never seen anything like that, and this guy was fly fishing for trout. Anyway, long story short, I never thought I would ever see this place, and I just thought, how amazing would it be to be able to come here? It would be like the trip of a lifetime. At the time I thought that, right? It's so cool to be standing right under the exact same waterfall. That kind of inspired me to think, you know what, I'm going to travel Northern Ontario no matter what. I didn't think you could do this kind of thing solo. I didn't think you could get here without a float plane. So here I am by myself. I canoed all the way in, and honestly, I'm unhappy. So I just heard another moose. I think that's the sound of a male moose around this time when they're in the rut. So yeah, I don't really want to sneak up on them. Almost done the boulder hop. And what do you know? My canoe is safe and sound where I left it. Look at the weather I was treated to. I got back from that hike to the waterfall. This is a dream. These guys are on the water, and every once in a while there's a fish that jumps. So that's what they're going to be eating. There's quite a few of them. Sort of struggling to, maybe they're emerging. I guess they emerge on lakes. It's like, I'd say a hexagenia. Some people call them fish flies. He's gonna get ready to take flight here. His wings are pretty much dry. Oh, he just tried. Poor guy. Where'd you go? I'm gonna step on him now. Oh, here he is. You trying to call for help? You're drowning out there. I saved your life. Should thank me. You're trying to look at you trying to grab me. It's not very nice. Were you trying to high five me? Oh, look at that. Okay. You go dry off now. What is this brave new world? What am I looking at? Who are these people? So I got about an hour and 15 minutes left until sundown. And there's this little back lake, about 250 meters of a portage. I'm going to try and walk back in there and see if we can fish it until just before dark and then make our way out. It's not far from my campsite. But apparently it's straight uphill. Holy shit. This lake must be way up. Well, it's downhill on the way back. Look at this little piece of heaven. I think it doesn't go much further than that. It's a real small lake. There should be brook trout in here. We'll see. I just had a nice fish. Had him on for a few seconds and I lost him. I don't know if I need to improve my hooks or what. Oh, I thought that was a fish maybe. But yeah, I'm just losing a lot of fish on this trip. Well, I've run out of light. I kind of pushed my luck, but I don't have too far to go. And then camp's just around the corner. Pizza!